we mean it or we use the past perfect when we refer to the more previous action. So how can we interpret, how can we explain this second example? Badwan, how can we explain my second example?
دكتور ما سمعتك أي example قصدك؟
In the chat box, I'm sharing some examples.
إنه قصدك now وبالفيوتشر أم شي هيك؟
Just explain how we use the future perfect. And you watched a video and I shared one example where I explained the concept of the future perfect. Yes, Rami, how can you explain the second example?
We explain this example. My brother will have got his PhD when I start working in my father's company.
So what will happen first? What happens first?
My brother will have got his PhD.
This is it. He will get his PhD. He will graduate with a PhD. Okay. And then I will start working. This is all. So he should help me. You got me? يعني there should be هيك a link between both verb forms. So the future perfect requires another future time reference. لاحظوا in both examples I'm using the present by the time he is or by the time I start. Okay, that's why we started with the present simple. لأنه we cannot ignore, we cannot deny using the present simple as one of the future forms. Okay, so at any time we need the future progressive, at any time we need the future perfect, we need the present simple as well, because with any time subordinator we cannot use future forms. Yani if we have before, if we have when, if we have after, so these time subordinators require present simple. ما فينا نستعمل other future form. Okay, يلا finally I will share with you the future perfect continuous. So now you are familiar with the verb form. However, we still need to know how we use it. أكيد the emphasis is on duration.
In this lesson, we will learn about the future perfect progressive tense in English grammar. This tense is used to express ongoing actions that will be completed at a specific point in the future. For example, by 3 p.m., she will have been studying for 5 hours. To form the future perfect progressive tense, we use the subject, followed by will have been and the present participle of the verb, which is the verb plus ing. For example, they will have been working on the project for 2 months by the deadline. Time expressions like by or by the time are commonly used with the future perfect progressive tense to indicate the specific point in the future when the action will be completed. For example, by the time she arrives, we will have been waiting for an hour. The future perfect progressive tense is often used to emphasize the duration of an ongoing action that will be completed in the future. For example, in July, they will have been living in London for a year. To form the negative of the future perfect progressive tense, we use the subject, followed by will not or won't, have been, and the present participle of the verb. For example, he won't have been traveling for more than a day by then. To form a question in the future perfect progressive tense, we use will, followed by the subject, have been, and the present participle of the verb. For example, will they have been playing soccer for 3 hours by 6 p.m.? To recap, The future perfect progressive tense is used to express ongoing actions that will be completed at a specific point in the future. It is formed with the subject, will have been, and the present participle of the verb. Time expressions like by or by the time are commonly used with this tense. For example, she will have been cooking for hours by dinner time.
So this is it. Who can explain before I share one more example? Nobody? Guys, have a look at my example. By the time we arrive at the cinema, the movie will have been playing for 1 hour. So this tense requires duration. It requires by. It requires for. We have to specify duration. So do I start watching the movie from the beginning, or I should have missed? So I have missed 1 hour. You see, so the emphasis is on 1 hour. The movie will have been playing for 1 hour. So I arrive late. كمان the movie here starts before I arrive. So whether it were future perfect, future continuous, future perfect continuous, all of them will precede the other future time. Did you notice that? Yani when I say don't call at 8, I will be having dinner. So I will start eating at 7. نحن we lay the table usually at 7, okay? So at 8 we will be having dinner. Even the future perfect. By the time or when I am 20, I will have got my license. So I will get a license before I'm 20. Even the future perfect continuous shows that the action will, okay, have been on before another future time. So this is all you need to know about the future tenses. أكيد we don't need to memorize. ما بهمنا الuses، بهمنا we apply correctly. بهمنا نعتمد على time expressions، على keywords، على adverbs. Okay, all what is required to know and to make the difference concerning the present, the past, and even the future. How do you see هيك yourselves now? Can you work on some exercises? Yeah, I will share a worksheet, which is really important. We will start with the ones we were working on last time, continuing with the future. Afterwards, I will share with you exercises that mix all, whether it's present, past, or even future. This is really challenging. Yeah. Can you see it? Mixed tenses, exercises. No, I shared it. Now, yeah. Take a screenshot. حيكونوا 10 minutes لإلكم تشتغلوا من ال1 لل11 as much as you can do. Did you take a screenshot? يلا بما انه انتم شاطرين you deserve more. Yeah. فإذا 1 through 20 you have got 20 sentences to work on and we will correct, we will explain as well. So this is a mixture of all tenses, present, past and future. Promise that you will be working on it, okay? You didn't promise. You should say, we will. You have to make a promise using will. Yalla, promise that you will be working on it.
Promise, doctor.
We will do. You should say, we will do.
We will do.
Exactly, because this is the last session, okay? The last Zoom I mean.
اوكي دكتور هو بس وقتك تعلي شوي لانه ولا حق اعمل سكرين شوت فوق.
يلا for the ones on top 1 through 10.
Thank you.